Hi, Bonolo. Thanks so much for your question. Now, we're just going to be looking at the first question that you actually gave us in this instance. And we're just going to have to remember a couple of things before we get there. So the first thing is that this written in blue over here is our sigma notation sign. And this tells us that we're going to be looking at the sum of something. And the way that we can actually fill this out is by trying to look at the series that they've given us, which is this part over here, as a sequence. We can look at it just like what a sequence would be. And what we'd have to do is then find the common difference or the common ratio depending on what they've given us. And that will tell us what kind of number we're going to get or what kind of equation we're going to get right next to our sigma sign. Okay, so let's have a look quickly. So if we write 5, 8, and 11 as a sequence rather than a series, we're going to get 5, 8, and 11. And we can notice from what we see over here that this is actually an arithmetic sequence. And we know what the formula for an arithmetic sequence looks like. We know that it's Tn is equal to a plus n minus 1 d. And we can find all of these because we're just going to be looking at n, which is going to give us our general term. We know that a in this case is going to be 5, and our common difference d is going to be the difference from 5 to 8 and from 8 to 11, which is just an addition of plus 3. We're going to be plussing 3. So what our general formula is going to look like is we're going to have Tn is equal to, and we're going to have 5 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 3. And that's exactly what's going to be going right next to our sigma notation sign. So here in the middle, we're going to have our sequence, which we've just figured out, or our general formula. We're going to have 5 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 3. And we know that we're going to start from our very first term, n is equal to 1, which is 5, because that's going to be the first part of the sequence. So we're going to have n starting at 1, so n is going to equal to 1. And at the top of the sigma sign, we're going to write where we're going to, and up until where we're going to. And we know that we're going all the way to the 30th term. So that's going to be 30 here at the top. Now, if we want to solve for the question that they've given us, we then have to use the sigma or the sum of an arithmetic sequence, the exact formula that they give us for the sum of an arithmetic sequence. And this particular sum or this formula says Sn is equal to n divided by 2 multiplied by 2a plus n minus 1 d. Close the square brackets. There we go. And we can use this formula to find out exactly how much this will be. So we're going to be adding 5 plus 8 plus 11 plus 14 plus 17 plus 20 plus 23. We're going to be adding all of those numbers together. And we have all the information we need because they've given us n. We know that the very last number we're trying to find out from here, our n is going to be equal to 30 because our 30 is the very last number in this particular series that we want. So what we're going to have here is the sum to 30 is going to equal to, our n is 30, so 30 divided by 2 multiplied by 2a. We figured out what a is. We know that a is 5 plus n again is 30 minus 1 multiplied by our common difference, which we figured out also is 3. Okay, and I would encourage you to pause this part, Bonolo, and just go figure this out quickly, either on your calculator or on a piece of paper, and get to the answer quick for us. Okay, and if we calculate this, we'll find that the sum to the 30th term is going to give us 1,000 1,455. I hope that was helpful. Please try some of the other questions and you can send those answers to us and we'll have a look at them for you. All right? All the best.